Hey everybody, my name is Amber Cobb and I have the distinct pleasure of speaking with you today. And thank you so much for having me. I lead partnerships at OnLogic and I'm really excited to tell you about them. So we make computers and it's not just a regular computer like you think about it. OnLogic makes industrial and rugged edge devices that are highly configurable and meet the demands of the most challenging environments. In our previous sessions, we've highlighted today about how when people think about the edge, they see a diagram, much like the one behind me. And in this diagram, the edge implies that it's something, it's a network boundary. But at OnLogic, when we think about the edge, we think of it as a place. It is where our customers' biggest challenges start to happen. It is the beginning of something. The edge is dynamic. It's complex, it's hot, it's cold, it's always changing. Connectivity can be spotty, and end users, all of you guys out there, are really unpredictable. It's not enough for us to arrive, we have to survive. And you have to layer on one piece of a solution at a time. To rise to these challenges, it takes more than just hardware. It requires an ecosystem of partners with validated solutions and a deep knowledge of their piece of the puzzle. You can't do it alone. So OnLogic, as you guys have heard in our previous sessions, we've been making hardware for over 20 years, and you might think, what's changed now? And the truth is that the demand for real-time data and insights to drive efficiencies has never been more present than it is today. We hear from customers who are just starting their digital transformation journey. They're trading in clipboards, trading in pens, and going with capacitive touchscreens. And yes, there are other companies who are certainly further along on that journey, but they're all looking to utilize data. They're all trying to figure out, how do I make my company smarter and faster and leaner? And if they don't have a team of specialists who can hand them this beautiful document that says, here you go, this is what you need to do, they call OnLogic.
Thank you.
And some of these companies are saying things like, you know what, when our operations go down, it costs us $250,000 every 15 minutes. What do I do? And our sales team is great, and they can certainly say to our customers, here's this beautiful, reliable industrial computer that you can put into your production facility, and that's going to help. And that checks a box, but it doesn't answer their question. What they are asking us for is an easy button. I don't know about you, but I've been doing this long enough to know that there is no easy button, especially when we're talking about the edge. But on Logic, we believe that there is definitely an easier button. Click, click. There we go. OnLogic is an easier button because of our trusted partner ecosystem. Our partners offer innovative products with scalable frameworks. Together, we provide solutions for our customers to meet all of their edge computing needs. When we were talking about our devices in our previous session, we highlighted things like our CPU and GPU, storage and RAM, and they're all very vital to what we do, but they're just components. What we're talking about is how they work together. And the same is true for our partner ecosystem. This is not an exhaustive list of OnLogic's partners, but these are some key partners we want to highlight for you today. I would not be doing my job well by saying that OnLogic is always looking for amazing companies with innovative product and solutions to join our ecosystem. So if that's you, please find me on LinkedIn and definitely reach out. But let's go ahead and get started. In OnLogic's world, there is no single partner more foundational than Intel. Edge deployments vary from typical computer uses. And one of the most notable ways is the idea that once you put an edge device into the field, you're expecting it to last for 5+ years. Intel recognized that and started making their components to last. They created an embedded lifecycle, which means that we can now meet the challenges of our customers when they expect that the device that they're putting out in the field at year 3 or year 8 is going to have the same technology as the devices that were put there from year 1. Intel also has an amazing OpenVINO toolkit, which answers the call for AI at the edge. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but artificial intelligence at the edge, that call keeps getting louder and louder. And so with these amazing processors and accelerators that have been optimized for AI workloads, enabling enterprises to really deploy and scale artificial intelligence applications at the edge, our customers know that by leveraging Intel's tools and processors, they are going to be able to put into their edge workloads all of these AI applications that are going to start to make them better and faster and leaner.
Got a question. You made a comment about, kind of a 5-year life cycle.
Yes.
In some of the industrial rugged space, right? It's been maybe a 15-year life cycle.
Absolutely.
Do you think that's trending down towards 5, or do you think it's maybe trending back upwards towards 10 or 15, or what do we think the change is there?
I think it all depends on how well these edge devices are designed, and ours are pretty fantastic. We have lots of examples of our customers that have replaced devices way longer than 5-10 years. But in our society, it's hard to say, because you look at common electronics in your house that you're replacing more frequently than maybe your parents and your grandparents had before you. But for the components that we use in our devices, we're really focused on being able to deliver reliability and extended life cycle.
So just one question, you talk about Intel here, and you didn't really touch on your AI product line
Yes.
ahead of this. So are you using Intel for all your AI GPUs, or are you using NVIDIA, or are you using something else?
I'm going to invite Ross up to answer some of those questions, but we do partner with Intel and use all of their CPUs, but we also use all of their GPUs as well.
And also, I presume the technical side is over, and you never mentioned your AI range, and I was just wondering why.
The short answer is both in terms of who we work with, right? So we work with Intel and we work with NVIDIA as well. So obviously there's a lot of requests to support some of the NVIDIA-based GPUs in a small form factor. We leverage a lot of their professional business grade GPUs and stay away a little bit from the consumer space. So, whether that's looking at a RTX 4000 Ada small form factor GPU that we would be putting into a Carbon 800 or Carbon 804 platform. We also support a lot of the new ARC-based GPUs that Intel has recently been launching. And we will continue to work with both of those vendors and suppliers as time goes on and AI becomes a lot more ubiquitous within the market.
And I think it's our partnership with Intel, which we work really hard at, that allows us to be able to facilitate that for our customers, because it's not everybody that can call Intel up and say, I have a customer that's struggling to get your OpenVINO working. We're able to leverage their team and pull them into those conversations to help our customers get to their AI applications faster.
And just my other part of the question about skipping out on your AI range. Is there a reason for that?
Really, it's kind of because I don't know that we tried to skip anything, right? It is that we see AI being leveraged everywhere. So whether it is CPU based, whether it is GPU based, it is not necessarily specific to the hardware. It's relative to the application. So we can take one of our Helix 400 or Helix 401 systems. We can run a YOLO V8 computer vision model on that at 30 frames per second and use that for object detection, anomaly capabilities, et cetera. So across our whole product range, we've got a lot of flexibility in terms of what we can support from an AI perspective. So the short answer is that AI can be run almost everywhere at this juncture. It's just a matter of what level of performance are you trying to target for your particular application. How many frames per second, what type of video feeds that you need to process, et cetera.
And I think also maybe we focus today around our hardware, but we do have AI services that we work with our customers on to develop those specific models and applications. But we try really hard to make sure that all of our computers, as Ross was saying, as we see AI really moving everywhere to all of those locations that we talked about, everything that we do is ready to be able to deploy those AI applications with those small configurable customizations that we work with all of our customers.
So you can reconfigure any of your programs to be able to meet the needs of the AI application services.
Right.
Yes, but more so our sales team, we didn't talk about how great they are, which is our bad, but our sales team are consultative. So when our customers call us, and they tell us exactly what they're looking for. What are they trying to accomplish? What is that challenge that they're looking to meet? And we work with them to be able to guide them to that right platform and then work with them on what needs to be customized so that when we do build it from scratch, it has exactly what they need in it.
Okay.
Thanks, Ross.
Yep.
All right, so moving on from Intel, let's talk a little bit about AWS, because the edge, as much as OnLogic would like to think it's all about the hardware, it's not. Amazon Web Services is the largest, most mature, most secure cloud platform out there. AWS provides enterprises the foundation they need to build and scale their edge applications. And of course, AWS is more than just cloud. They provide a comprehensive suite of over 200 fully featured services that our customers really rely on to be able to get to their particular edge computing needs. Like Greengrass, which for those of you who don't know is used to deploy and manage applications at the edge, or Kinesis Video Stream, which is really used for that low latency, high throughput video that has been able to, because of Amazon, be ingested from nearly any source. All right, so let's talk about open source. So I am sure everybody in this room has experienced open source in one way or another, but it's really emerged as this powerful driving force in technology. And Red Hat recognized that early on and developed their Red Hat Enterprise Linux, or RHEL. Our customers know that the edge means Linux, and RHEL helps provide that highly secure and supported enterprise Linux operating system, making it ideal for critical workloads. RHEL is like the Swiss Army knife of operating systems. It can do just about anything. It's extremely versatile and a great choice for businesses of all sizes. But much like our other partners, they do more than just that. They're more than just RHEL. They offer a vast product portfolio that extends beyond Linux, from hybrid cloud infrastructure and middleware to automation solutions. Red Hat provides the essential building blocks, the Legos, if you will, that allow our customers to be able to solidly get things where they need to be and then simply add that final application layer. So now that we've tackled all those foundational partners, from the architecture to the cloud and our operating system, let's take a look at those many applications running on the edge. It quickly becomes apparent that you need something to manage them, and this is exactly where Avassa comes into play. The edge offers exciting possibilities, but managing containerized applications at the edge is, well, a nightmare. And Avassa has created a user-friendly platform that simplifies orchestration at the edge. Now, I know they were here to talk to you today, so I'm hoping you answered all their questions. But what we love the most about Avassa and their platform is that it empowers organizations to really focus on what's important and not so much on those tedious operational tasks. With their robust offline capabilities, their air-gapped environment coverage, and that intermittent connectivity, Avassa ensures that edge applications remain functional, really taking that worry out of preventing costly downtimes or disruptions. And their features have really become the cornerstone for what one of our customers is doing in a mining application that really worries about worker safety. So let's talk a little bit about AI again and how it's become this so critical on the frontier of AI applications in our data-centric world. However, as many of you may or may not know, it is challenging deploying and managing AI models at the edge due to factors like limited resources and model training and security concerns. Guise AI identified the need for a platform that really focuses in on improving artificial intelligence at the edge. Their comprehensive platform addresses these challenges by streamlining AI deployment, management, and optimization at the edge. Their no-code platform makes it accessible to a wide range of users, while its centralized dashboard provides real-time overview into what's happening at those AI applications at the edge. Some of our customers in the oil and gas industry have started deploying use cases using AI, like predictive maintenance on remote drilling equipment. And they're encountering problems. And they've discovered that by leveraging Guise AI's platform to monitor sensor data in real time, they're seeing improvements. Guise's advanced AI performance optimization features allows organizations to fine-tune their models for optimal performance, ensuring that they are running efficiently and effectively. Plus, Guise offers these amazing day 2 capabilities, including edge environment attestation, enhanced security, and data gravity management, ensuring that their AI deployments remain secure and, most importantly, remain reliable. So as we've explored today, the edge is more than just a network boundary. It's a complex, dynamic place where challenges begin. To help our customers navigate that landscape successfully, we need more than just hardware. We need our partners. And by uniting the industry leaders like Red Hat and Intel and AWS, and really working on these new and innovative offerings from companies like Avassa and Guise AI, we create a powerful ecosystem. Together, we can deliver that easier button that our organizations are asking for. Our partner ecosystem allows our customers to embark on their journey, knowing that they have the ability to manage any use case that comes along their way at the edge. If you are just tuning in and haven't seen the rest of our sessions, I invite you all to go back and learn more about OnLogic and come with us on a journey to the edge in our other Edge Field Day sessions. I've enjoyed this so much. Thank you guys for all of your questions, and thank you for watching. To learn more about OnLogic, visit us on our website at onlogic.com. Any last questions?
Sure. On the partner side,
Yes.
we focused a lot on kind of an IT/cloud infrastructure. But what about partners from like a Rockwell Automation or Honeywell Building Management? I would have to imagine they're in the ecosystem too.
We have a wide variety of partners in the ecosystem that all do different things. We're really looking at it from a strategic perspective of, like we highlighted today, some of those foundational partners who are going to help us build our devices and make them better and stronger. Who are those somewhat foundational partners who provide us with those great operating systems, not only just Linux, but Microsoft and Canonical. People on the edge orchestration side, like Avassa, like Data, like NodeWeaver, like Dell Native Edge, all of those companies are so strategic to what our customers do. And then we start to look at some of the application layers, where it's things like SCADA, so important to everything OnLogic does, especially in that manufacturing industry. So people like inductive automation, we partner very closely with them to be able to deliver that SCADA needs. And people like WaitTime, who's an amazing AI company that focuses on answering the call for crowd control. So it's pretty interesting. But we kind of take that, I guess, that 3-prong approach at looking at what's foundational, what do our customers need, and then what are those applications that they're trying to solve.
Did you just mention a solution provider? Because that was going to be my partner question, is enabling or working with solution providers who are
Yes.
architecting, deploying, implementing, and managing the application.
Absolutely. We work with a wide variety of solution providers who are using an OnLogic device to kind of get their software out there. And that's one way that we work with various customers and partners. And then the other side is more of this ecosystem where we're making sure that we're doing the right kind of technical validation so that we know when you buy an OnLogic piece of hardware that the partners that are built on it are going to work properly, but also so that when you put on your application layer, when you put on your middleware, we validated it with all of the required testing to know that out the door it's going to work. So solution providers, absolutely. And there's a few public use cases on our website that you can go and check out, like Butterfly. They take one of our little factor devices, button it up with all of their amazing software, and out it goes.
Okay.
Great.
I had a question on the ruggedization and things of that nature. You've got some things that work in a lot of different environments, but I didn't see anything optical for communication.
Ross,
Do you have SFP, SFP plus?
let's get the technical guy up
Turn the
here.
mic back on here. Yes and no. It depends. A lot of where we see some of the optical connectivity come into play is, okay, we need to leverage a PCIe device to be able to support that type of thing. We've explored some different types of expansion options. For example, we briefly touched on some of the Modbay connectivity options that exist. And we've said, hey, is there an opportunity here that we could leverage and utilize a SFP connection? The long and short of it is that there are certain needs. We're open to exploring those if customers really come with those requests. But a lot of the times it ends up being, okay, we could service this by leveraging one of the devices from our partners like Intel that can, support some of the SFP connectivity.
Okay, so you don't have any optical ports on any of these machines then?
Not natively, not on board, right? But our options that we support within the different platforms through PCI expansion support that.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Since you're standing, can you answer his question a little bit?
Yes.
We have
For
a
the
minute.
crowd.
Yes. So I think your question was around firmware orchestration. How are we doing firmware updates? What are we thinking about in context of that? We've got a lot of ongoing discussions around working towards and leveraging update capsule methodologies for being able to easily deploy firmware updates that are critical, whether they're addressing security vulnerabilities or some type of critical bug fixes for the platform. And then being able to have that capability, which through an orchestration layer is able to be easily deployed through standard mechanisms within the operating systems.
Okay. Cool. Is it a common baseboard like manufacturer that's going through there, or is it vary depending on the system that you're looking at? I mean,
It does vary system to system, right?
Okay.
So it's a lot of times very much dependent on the components and the devices that are within the platform. We might have multiple layers of different firmware that go to the MCU has kind of its own firmware associated with it. The BIOS has its own firmware. Other devices, that are sitting downstream might have their own firmware. Our edge servers have baseboard management controllers and they have their own firmware, right? So, having those different endpoints, each having their own different firmware, BIOS and UEFI firmware is going to be dependent on the processor chipset and the generation of the platform. So,
Okay. From like a partnership or like sales kind of perspective, how much of your sales is like direct to customer versus through like integrated partners and things like that? Is that the predominant?
So OnLogic is a direct to customer. Our salespeople are the only people who sell OnLogic hardware into those various edge applications. Our partners are amazing and we love them, but we know that we can't sell what they do, and we know that they can with ours. So we sell everything.
Gotcha.